Yo, hey guys, it's Beast, back with some more beastly content. Today we are going to be going over a few tips when it comes to T-point characters. So, firstly, the easiest way to grant your T-point characters facility access is by adding them to your hive. This allows you to go through on any character and grant your T-point characters access to facilities. Today we're going to be starting with Stardust Source. For now, we're just going to be transferring in directly batteries. Now, I don't actually recommend for you to be transferring batteries in. As you can see, we actually had to go over on the Manic Beast account here and grant this account access to facilities so that we could add batteries to the Stardust refinery. Now, the interesting thing about that actually is that you can't actually just directly add the transferred in batteries to the Stardust factory. That's why I've actually chose to just do batteries directly, just so that I can show you a good example of unlinking. So we actually have to get these unlinked first. Now, the way we're going to unlink these batteries today, the cheapest way I could think of that needed the least amount of nomadic points, is actually to be building logging platforms. Now, logging platforms actually use 4 batteries, so we're going to be building 10 logging platforms. I'll be able to just drop myself all the other needed materials, build all 10 platforms, go over to another account, say my main account, or my main character, break all of those logging platforms, and I'll actually get all 40 of these batteries and be able to place them in there. So once again, like I said, you really want to be transferring in like specific materials for the batteries if you want to get the most Stardust Source out of it. This is a measly amount of Stardust Source here, only being 40 batteries, but it's a good example because I can show you how to do the unlinking and everything else. And you can really unlink pretty much any material just by building stuff out in territories. And the easiest way to get the commissions done or get the nomadic points you needed for that is simply just to do your commissions. So we've actually headed over to my soda factory, I call it. I've got blueberry plots, orange plots, and then I also got stoves here. I got all kinds of stuff going on here, everything I would really ever need to get the commissions completed. So we're just gonna go ahead and start our commissions now. Easiest one being, of course, is the boiled water. Literally just across from the factory is a lake that has dirty water in it, and then there's also fallen logs all around the factory and enough plants to get the 20 plants one as well. Also, the fallen logs gets the logs. Technically, I could even do the ore here, but I never do the ore one because I just really hate that. I usually go through and refresh all of my commissions to get the easiest ones. If I was closer to a dream zone here, I would actually do the building in dream zone because that one is actually really easy and really quick. You try and do your commissions as quick as possible because you're literally just trying to unlock points so that you can use materials that you transferred in. This one being storage batteries. We did finally finish the commissions though. We are just about to actually get ourselves the logging platforms unlocked. So we didn't finish every commission, we just finished commissions until we have the points that we need, and boom, now we can actually build the logging platforms. Now, we have the batteries, but we need the rest of the materials, so the simplest way to do this is just swapping back over to your main and dropping those materials that you need to your alternative character. Now, if your main doesn't have these materials yet, that might be a little bit more of a problem, but you can unlock all of the other required materials over on your main when you first start on T-pointing stuff in. So yeah, it's just kind of fun. I happen to just have all the materials here, so it was super easy for me to unlink batteries, but batteries are just an example. You can unlink rubber, you can unlink adhesive, whatever you can transfer in that you can build something out of can be unlinked just by being built and then another character breaking it. There's my example of unlinking. Also, that's how we're going to be getting just a decent amount of Stardust Source. I actually already have batteries even. I already have like 150 batteries or something. So these 40 really aren't that much to me. But I just wanted to show this as an example. As you can see here, we're just over on the main now. We're going to go ahead and just drop the rest of the materials needed. There's actually like an in-game calculator now. You can calculate the exact number of materials you need for all of crafting a bunch of a facility. Really nice. It's like they're trying to aid this or something, while adding limitations like the 72-hour limit now, where you can only transfer and leave a season and join a season 3 times. So that means you sign up for a new season, that counts as a transfer. Signing back to this server, that's a second transfer. And then if you leave again, you can be locked out. If you signed up for the server you just joined, just to get your character into the server as a sign up, that counts as a sign up, and then you can leave once and join back. So you can pretty much get double your T-points per character that you have in your Perma server. So there's double T-points here still to be unlocked, and the devs are 100% fine with it because this is the version they have handed us now. And it seems to be a 72-hour limit. I'm not sure on if that single sign up will refresh or if it's all 3 sign up attempts will refresh every 72 hours. Will be interesting to see that there, but as you can see here, we've got the logging platform built. So we were just going to be dropping this material down to the main at the base, but both of them have base cooldowns now, so it'd be kind of hard to go collect it right away. So we just went behind a car in ice camp, and we just kind of dropped our load right there. And then, thankfully, no one took it. So we went ahead and swapped on over to the main now, and then just boop right in front of ice camp, right behind a car. There's our ship, right there. What are the odds it's still there? Nah, pretty high. Anyway, so that's how we transferred it there. That was super easy. Just kind of avoided the base cooldown timer that I had. I don't use the energy link required items yet to like break the cooldown time, though that could also speed things up. We're just gonna head back over here though and go ahead and break all of these logging platforms. The instant that we do, actually, all of those storage batteries are now also on my main's inventory, and we just collected the rest of the materials that we gave to that T-point character. So I think that was its last time leaving and joining, which was a terrible waste. Like I said, 40 batteries for that. That was a complete waste, but it is how you get stuff unlinked. You can unlink all sorts of other stuff. And once again, it'd be way better if we just had like a Digby setup going on for all the steel plates that we need. And then for the rubber, paper dolls are a super easy solution for that. And then also acid-wise, there's about a million different ways you can set up passive acid and get thousands of acid for free a day. Super duper easy. Really, the only one transferring in wise that if you have a bunch of E-parts in E-land is super worth it is the electronic parts. Though rubber is also relatively cheap to transfer in, and 20k points would still be getting you hundreds of batteries whether you were transferring in rubber or electronic parts. Those really two are the only main limiting factors when it comes to materials. Even iron ingots wise, if you don't have Digby's, you just would have to go mine enough iron ingots to actually have enough steel plates. All of those are not true limiting factors. The only real limiting factor there is the rubber and, of course, the electronic parts. More on the electronic parts. There are paper dolls and H37s. But yeah, the next thing we're going to get on into is tungsten. So first we transferred in acid, and then I have tungsten mining platforms just set up. I will be covering those in full detail. But for now, we just had to get through commissions. Boom, we unlocked the ability to smelt tungsten. We collected the ore from the main, and actually the main just dropped it in this chest. But regardless, boom! We smelted it all up. You can get about 7k tungsten, about 2.4k acid can be transferred in just for a single set of 20k points. 7k tungsten is at least 14 wishbox feeds, and I'm thinking more on the lines of 20. Because if I remember right, it's only 400 tungsten ingots per wishbox to completely fill it and get the maximum number of rewards. Now that we have pretty much finished all the tungsten smelting, we do actually have to go through and wait for it all to smelt. We're just going to be able to drop this straight up over to the main and collect it. And boom, look at that, 7.4k total tungsten. So literally, I can fill up 20 wish boxes right now, max points, and get all the materials I need to start my T5 set. And this is actually how I started my T5 set. I did another tungsten ore smelt earlier. Once again, I want to get passive acid set up so that I can just have passive tungsten ore going on, because I do have the mining platforms back here. So as you can see here, this is my just supplies bench array. This is kind of like a factory tour, but I also wanted to be doing the teaching of the T-points. So for now, we're just working on our gear. I also wanted to just show you how I handle everything. Like, everything in this game can just be handled in such a passive way, or such a different way where it's all like, it feels like a factory. It's like you're running a bunch of factories in this game. But as you can see here, we're working on our tier 5 gear. Just by having those tungsten ingots thrown in wish boxes, we were able to get our tier 5 gear going on. We are still getting it upgraded. We needed it more stardust source actually, and there's a specific material we need a bunch more of. So I think I'm going to make just a bit more tungsten ingots soon. If not, just go ahead and start on the acid farm, because we do have a 4-plot setup for acid. The only other thing is there is a server merge coming. It's the final server merge of Perma server on the 11th, so I've been hesitant to build any more factories until I know what factory is safe and which one's going to be hurt by a merge, because in some areas I think I'm in kind of highly populated areas. But regardless, here we are on the factory. The last thing I really do want to cover real quickly is just the tungsten mining platform facilities that I have going on in the back of the factory. I never actually showed this because this is like a relatively recent addition, so I'm going to explain mining for tungsten ingots super duper easily, how to have passive tungsten ore, how to never have to mine for tungsten again, and aluminum for that matter, or really any ore. Mining platforms are actually kind of good now. So as you can see, at least when you're a one-man hive, they're amazing. So as you can see here, I have this little item in my inventory. I do believe it's called a resource detector. You unlock it in the nomadics, and it's not that many. I've actually got it unlocked on my alt character, or my other character, and then on my other character, I crafted a couple of them, dropped them over to the main, so my main has it, even though I don't even have the nomadic unlocked. But this actually will tell you, the exact amount of ore that's in the area. So it'll tell you what different types of ores there are in the area. Super duper easy, so that wherever you're at, you just whip that thing out. It'll say tungsten ores, and it'll tell you like the range of it. The higher the range is, the more ore you're going to be getting out of. But even just out of Camp Igloo here, I'm still getting, I think it's 2 bars on the tungsten ore here. So pretty decent overall. It does look like it can go up a lot more. It'd be nice to find like a really good tungsten spot, but overall I get like 20k every couple days of ore just from collecting this thing, just letting it sit here passively. The other thing is, the only reason why mine is fully automated and runs constantly is because I have Dig Beast for every single mining platform. It's also 22 nomadic points to unlock a mining platform. Once again, another one of my characters actually unlocked the mining platform and placed it down for me. My main actually never had to unlock it itself, but you know, you gotta deal with limited nomadic points. They really need to do something about the end game for nomadic points. But for now, we are a one-man hive. But I do believe this is about the end of the video, guys. I think I'm just going to go ahead and get out of here. Like I said, you can do the unlinking trick for any sort of material that you have. You can craft water pumps, etc., etc. But I'm out. See ya. Keep it beast mode.